mate. Yo, what's happening, people? What's good?
What a time.
Here we are.
The original tree's back. Big free.
Big free.
Done already.
It's been a while,
We
man.
love to see it. About time.
Obviously, shouts to all our guests recently.
We've been
had some great
smashed.
episodes recently.
For real. Thank you for everyone who's come on so far.
Everybody listening, supporting as well.
Appreciate it. Well, yeah, I guess I'm Demi, as always. Ain't gonna change week to week, is it? But sometimes you gotta let them know who you
Coming
are.
next week, man. 2 Dems. All of a sudden.
Depends on how I'm feeling. Who dems? What dems?
2 Dems. Shouts to Jack. That is a silly joke. But yeah, Colson Lucy here as well.
Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Love that.
Made in Chafford, episode what, 22?
Yeah.
Well, not really 22. We've done this for a while, but
Yeah.
since we've been numbering it,
Yes.
22.
Number.
How many do you think we've done altogether?
Listen, I don't want to think how many hours we've got. I think it's over 300 hours.
Yeah, comfortably. Might even be more
Probably.
if we consider all the
All the
anything and everything's the MIC radios, all of that.
too much content.
Too much.
Content kings, for real. What was I going to say? Giving ourselves the flowers. One thing that's been really pressing our mind, I know it wasn't on the topics, but Adele with the gun fingers.
Hey yo,
My baby lost weight and now she look at her.
she really from the ends, huh?
There's something in the water in Tottenham. I'm sure of it.
I think I you know what I love the most? Not the one where she's getting out of the car. The one where she can see the cameraman, so she's directly pointing at man like, I see you, you know? Like,
She's on smoke.
I don't know who pissed off that day, but
She's been wilding recently, man. Listen, you know, she's feeling good, she's looking good, and that's it's the confidence. I don't think Adele would have done that previously. Moncler jacket on. It was getting in my pocket. Can't you see the bulge?
She stepped out like
For real.
everything is about to go left if you don't do this. And then why are you pissing me off? Like right now I'm crying. You stupid cow. And then all of a sudden it's just like
she's on
she
crowd,
sees
bro.
the cameraman, she's like, what are you looking at? It's like it's everything, man. It's energy. There's
It was
so much
almost
energy.
too perfectly well put together. Do
She's,
you know what I mean?
she's definitely arguing with her baby daddy, 100%.
Hey, I hope it's not Skepta car.
Hey,
It's looking a bit long.
Yeah, I hope it isn't.
Hey, listen, she was rolling in the deep, no pun intended.
Wow.
Rolling in the deep for real. Do you think there's such thing as like being with a girl and it being too road?
100% has to be.
Could you be with a girl that's too road? Like if she's like,
Southeast London, innit?
I'll come see you, but I need to drop this packet off first.
What are we talking about? My boys don't even talk like that, so how am I gonna date you?
Yeah.
Now you're putting me in harm's way.
What if everything else about it is nice? Like she's corporate, she does her job, she goes 9 to 5, everything else.
Yeah, but the thing is, I know people like that, but nah.
But she has to make ends meet, so she's, you know, shotting on the side. Would you back it? Would you back your bedroom?
Would you?
The thing is, I know actual person like that, but she I'm not a type, so already that dismisses like I would never.
That's
do
a
that.
fact. Like we're never gonna be that girl's type. To be fair.
Yeah, like she's actually road. Like she'll bang anybody. She's banged boys.
Yeah.
Gun
Yes.
fingers to the forehead, like you're just thinking like, God,
But the thing
please
is, like,
help me.
like she's an actual beautiful person. Like
Yeah.
she's really beautiful inside.
Girls can give you enough of a headache. I don't need that on top of it,
But
man.
the thing is, when it's crud, yeah, when it's crud, she's not moving like some of the guys we may know, where it's like, oh, I'm not really on beef. She's like, but why did you do that? Like she'll start asking
she'll press
questions,
you.
and then she'll start pressuring you, and then she'll actually start fighting you.
It's on site, isn't it?
It's really on
I
site.
kind of like that energy, but do you know what? It's like, could I date Cardi B? Yeah, but for 6 months, because I think by the end of it, my brain would be like scrambled from her voice and her energy.
Yeah.
I think that's what it'd be like. It'd be
Us,
like, yeah, this
'cause
was
yeah.
cool for 6 months, but I've got to get out now.
There's a video of Osset and he looks tired. Like, he's just standing there like,
He's got to do that forever. That's his BM as well.
yeah.
That's his
But
right.
girls with that energy would probably want a don that's like
That would match that. You have to
either
match that.
match it or be the complete opposite.
I think it goes back to like what we were talking about like last week, like why Nicki Minaj was so attracted to Meek Mill, because you know he was the realest, she was the realest, he was the flyest.
I don't want to hear that quote ever again on this podcast. That song needs to die. It's awful quote, awful
Is
song.
you drunk or you had enough? What a horrible question.
I'm still not over Mrs. Petty though. Like, what an amazing name. Like,
She's got it. That's got to be the name of the album.
Unreal.
But yeah, it goes back to, I think certain girls want that. Like, I've heard an interesting quote. I think I was on the JB podcast, and they're like, Nicki Minaj wants a man that smells like he's still got the gunpowder on him. Like, he's just been doing dirt. So that's what she wants.
Shells in the back pocket.
So I don't think would ever date. You have to also be in a space to date that kind of girl. Like, what's going on in your life that you're dating someone that's like that? Shouts out to the girls that are like that. Listen,
She got shape, and you just have the patience to put up with it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
She was definitely
But
like.
the thing is, I don't mind a person with like. I don't mind a woman who has that sort of. When it comes to that energy, she will give you that energy. But most of the time, she's not on that energy. She's not on the hype. Like, I wouldn't mind that. It's just that if you're on that sort of, like, come here now, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, we have a problem.
Now we have a problem.
Yeah,
Now you're testing my ego. Now you're testing my manhood. It's like, you can't talk to me like that. Like,
For real.
It's either like you get out or I get out. Like,
Someone has to.
and the thing
budge,
is,
yeah.
she's probably gonna turn around and say, okay, you get out, and I have to be the one to get out, like a waste man. Like, I'm not. Nah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I wouldn't mind a woman with the type of energy when it's needed.
Yeah.
Most of the time, she's just it's playful jokes.
Don't smoke 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you're Adele, you can listen. Are you Grammy nominated, award winning,
For real?
multi-platinum
Yeah,
selling artist?
Yeah,
No.
man.
What can you say back to that?
Listen,
I cooked last week. She's gonna look at you funny, bro.
for real. Now, I think that I feel like for a lot of women like Adele, it's kind of tricky to be in a relationship because you will always be, unless you date a significant other who's also in the industry, can't date a regular guy because you'll always be number one. You are number one. You're the number one earner. He can never even fathom, earning what you earn.
This goes into the first topic fairly good, Question of, do you think you need to have money to be in a relationship? Yes, but that's just my opinion.
Yes.
I think you can be clever in a relationship.
I'll play devil advocate, but yeah, go on. You could be clever in a relationship, is what you're saying.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's.
But how? How would you go about it?
Clever dates and stuff like that. Like, I think the culture of Netflix and chilling has made it a lot more. But that's probably as old as time. Like, you invite a girl around to watch a film. But I don't know. Maybe the answer probably is yes. It ain't cheap. I don't know though. If I'd spent more money, nah. Do you know what? Bun this. Listen, I spent more money dating than I did than I have been in a. I tallied it up and I felt sick how much I spent dating. It's so bad I can't say. No, for real. Listen, man, them don't date. Just don't like. I didn't think about that. I needed to talk about it. That's therapeutic, man. The amount.
This is a real time a real time revelation. Man was just like,
I'm disgusted with myself that I let it go on for that long. That's the real problem.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Nah, I think dating is more expensive than being in a relationship because being in a relationship you can have an understanding. Like sometimes I'll just be honest and be like, I can't afford to go out this weekend. Like, let's just stay in and chill, or if I want to do something nice, I can. There's more
there's more
flexibility
grounds to play. Yeah.
Whereas dating, you have to pay. So I wouldn't necessarily have gone on a date when things were tight.
Hold on. You have to pay for what? If she asks. This is
What do you mean?
Go on to the next topic, but actually, let me ask it now. So, if she asks you out,
No, but this is like,
But if it's the first date,
yeah, more time you pay.
you're programmed in your head to want to pay for the first date.
Listen, ladies, you have to do the check dance, but
Yes, at least hit the pocket.
like, oh no, I
Or
don't
jiggle
want
the.
that. Yeah, but
Let me know what
More
it's
time,
about.
I will pay. So it's an
Yeah,
expensive
yeah.
experience dating. I think it's more expensive dating than being in a relationship.
That's interesting.
Because I just
If you take it on a yearly basis, and if you spent 1 year dating
Listen.
and 1 year in a relationship, I think the money actually would come out more as being dating.
100%. That time, 2017, 2018, where I was just, I was enjoying myself. It weren't cheap, man. It weren't. And do you know what? When you're going on dates and then you're not, you're going on dates and you're not getting anything out of it. Not that ladies should, or they have to, but it's
Walk out the bar and you have
that video that I love.
yeah.
yeah, no, I hear what you mean.
again, I just want to clarify.
The question is, do you need money in a relationship?
Do you need money to be in a relationship?
Yes, you do, because I watched an interesting Sunday service here, and pretty much the preacher said, if you're a man and you don't have money and you want to get into a relationship, you're stupid. Yeah, mainly because, first of all, money is cool, but if you can maintain yourself and then bring someone else into your life as well and maintain them too, then it definitely has.
But like, maintaining what
it's an honourable thing.
I think that's an
because the thing is, if you can maintain yourself, cool. Like everybody can maintain themselves at least. But if you can't maintain yourself, for example, you don't have money and you're coming into a relationship, I mean, already you flopped.
I get what you're saying, but I think
that issue will arise, if not 6 months' time.
But maintain yourself from... Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So you have to have money going into a relationship, at least. Now, when it comes to like going on dates and stuff, like I think both of you will have an understanding. Like the first date, it doesn't have to be super extravagant, but it could be something nice, something decent. And then along the lines, you say, "All right, cool, let's just go for a walk in the park where me and you could just talk. We'll go and get some ice cream." Like I'm talking about summertime vibes. Yeah. Like you don't have to go too far. You don't have to travel too much. You spend like 20.
But this is what I'm saying. You can be smart in a relationship. There's things you can do that are.
But I think both of you will have an understanding of who you are on the first date.
Also, not even just is it cheap being in a relationship, but she should also be thinking about getting paid as well. Like, it ain't a one-way street.
No lies about that, because there are some people out here who want Gucci belt, Fendi belt, bags, and whatever, and it's like, okay, I'm out here just wearing Jordans because that's.
Because you want to be dripping too hard.
Nah, it's not even dripping too hard. It's like that's budget enough for me. You don't want. Like, I don't want to be wearing Balenciaga. Go watch my video on YouTube, Balenciaga.
Yeah, for shameless plug. The Lonsdale Jones.
The Lonsdale Jones.
Let's say I was to wear those. Now already you have a certain perception of me. Like I'm wearing Balenciaga.
You don't want the expectation to be too high, innit?
Too high.
Because if you do, if you're going with the P's, if your P's is correct, and you do the maddest first date,
how do you come down?
Exactly.
Whereas if you're strategic and you're smart and you do a calm first date, you just go for drinks, you see how it goes,
and then you move into it, and then she comes into your yard, and then there's the mattress on the floor. Like that sort of situation.
That's
like you have to have
your money fishing
exactly.
there.
Yeah,
catfish. You're just money fishing.
Maintenance of yourself. So like, if you just come through with I'm not saying a basic drip, but at least a decent drip, and you take her somewhere nice, where it's pleasant. You know, she buys meals for like £40. You have £40 meal, £80 together that night. Probably get a drink, take her home, buy that's it.
Yeah.
Next day, something nice, a little cool film, whatever. Boom, that's it. And you don't have to go too far. You don't have to outdo yourself. And then a few years down the line, you go down other holidays. You go book holiday. You go Budapest. You go Budapest one time. And then after Budapest, you go Prague. After Prague, you go Milan. It's like you can't go. You can't.
But I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
You stagger it
up. Yeah.
It's an interesting conversation.
But the thing is, with those trips, you put your piece together. Like there is understanding. You now become one. Like, so now you're moving as a unit. So when you do go into a relationship, yes, you have to have money, but also she'll have to bring something in as well.
It's a two-way street.
Yeah, it's a two-way street. Because I mean, some people are just thinking that you're going to be a provider, but not just a provider. Your cup is overflowing already. It's like, whoa.
I think it's important to set an impression.
Some people, their cup is overflowing, but sometimes
if you go too hard, they're going to expect that going forward, and then they'll be like, he's got money, sort of thing. So, and sometimes that's not the case. So I think it's just about being smart, as it always is with your finances. I think to a certain extent, yes, you do. But I think if you're smart with it, and like Emmanuel's great advice, take it slow. You don't cut your coat according to your size. You don't overdo it in certain places. You'll be fine in the relationship. So yes, the answer is yes.
The answer is yes. Guys, don't fool yourselves. You can't do it without the P's. Or at least have some kind of form of money.
But I think
at some stage it will. Maybe not at the beginning. Let's not act like girls are shallow. Some girls will actually date a dude with no P's because they just like the ambition. They like what he's about. But I do think at some stage the question will be asked. Like, say if you want to eventually, you're now in a relationship, as you say, you want to go away. if you ain't got the peas, and she's thinking, do I have to be the one to pay for a holiday?
Yeah,
It could
yeah.
get a bit techie.
Super techie.
So it's good to have a certain amount.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I agree.
But
that is when that's the sort of things where relationships do get expensive, or you know, it's
Wait,
more.
you're asking if I was in a relationship?
What?
Because you said, "Are you in a relationship?"
Did I say that?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Are you under duress?
Nah.
This camera on me? A girl was just looking at Eman, just
No,
sharpening knives like this.
Looking at that timestamp.
Nah, man's free right now, man.
That's free.
I'm free.
Free
right
agent and
Holding
that.
it.
2020 Valentine's Day, I was in bed, bro.
Man was chilling.
By myself.
Enjoy yourself.
Enjoying myself.
Enjoyment.
Enjoying my presence. You get me?
Hey,
So I got bumped.
man, you got bumped. I was on the
Listen.
way to see my babes, yeah, and like I was like in Paddington Station. I saw a line of dons just waiting outside this flower shop to get, get the flowers.
Some man
And
needs
I
to-
was just looking, thinking, guys, we're all under duress here.
It's stress.
We're all under duress. If I was to ask all of you, like, what are you doing here? Everyone knows what time it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like everyone's thinking on the same accord. It's like if we don't get these flowers, it's an issue already.
Yeah.
Nah, you have to.
You're in trouble.
It's-
Niggas in
it's-
trouble.
Is there really a point of Valentine's Day though?
Nah, so
It's a social construct. Man.
Yeah,
But,
100%.
you know, it is what it is.
It's made for them to win as well, because they'll get your card or something. But you have to go out for it. But I had a nice time. I
Yeah,
went.
it was nice.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't lie. I mean, the film we went to watch, but
What film was it?
Birds of Prey. I've never seen a good film with her. Love you, but I've never seen a good film. She made me watch Lion King, the live action remake. Not good. And then she made me watch Little Women again. Not good. And now Birds of Prey.
Wait, what
She
is
was
Birds of Prey though? What is it?
It's the Harley Quinn film that came out.
Okay.
I heard it was good though.
But from who?
In general, like the.
Here's your sources.
I heard it was good. I've seen reviews and people are saying it's actually quite a decent film.
People are lying. It's not
damn,
that-
say nothing.
I did not enjoy that film. For
You got
real,
it,
man.
it's your first strike. No more movies for you.
She's not allowed to pick it.
watching
man.
Black Widow whether you like it or not.
No, but the thing is with DC, it's just
It's a whole mess over there, man. I mean, it was just not a
she
good
did that for
film.
you though, like
What?
that Birds of Prey. She did
Probably, yeah. To be,
It was
we
smart
both wanted to
thinking.
see it, but I mean, I am into the
The
superhero
thought,
film.
the thought was there. As long as the thought was there, then that's all that matters, you know. But I was going to say something, right? And this is directed at you, towards the single men. And men in general.
Yeah, yeah.
Lads, we have to form an alliance and do a conference. I think we have to speak. Because the market is fucked up.
What?
The market is fucked up. Back in the days, and I don't partake in this now, obviously, but back in the days, man, they can go out, you know, slide in a DM. Hi, babes, what are you about? Do you want to like link or whatever your intentions may be?
Yeah.
You might exchange details, exchange pictures, whatever it is.
Yeah.
This OnlyFans business, yeah, is leaving man them in financial ruins, bro.
Say what? Have you seen stuff like people?
So yes, like,
people going broke over it?
No, like coming back to the situation of like, oh, do I have to have money going into a relationship? Yeah, I do have to have money, but don't come with like, don't come here bigging up your chest like saying man makes X, Y, and Z and I'm small man money. Like, bro, listen, let me try my best to maintain.
Fam.
Let me try my best to actually splurge one time. If you're out here just sending nudes, making how much do they make?
I'm seeing subscriptions for $9.99. It's coming like Netflix.
Yeah.
Hey.
Nah, there's
For
no
what,
way.
1 or 2 pictures?
What's the future
I don't
gonna be?
All right, for
I'm
context,
scared. I'm not gonna lie.
for
Like,
context,
what, how many-
OnlyFans is what's it? It's like
It's like a personal subscription service where you can put your own content up.
but
Obviously, the
this
content
time
has
this
been geared
content is-
towards sexual
Yeah.
content, and it seems to be a craze. Like you click on a girl's
includes
profile and it will say
nudity, X, Y, and
OnlyFans.
Z.
I've been
Yeah.
shocked the amount of times. Like, it's a wholesome tweet like, oh, you know, spent today with Jaden. Go on it. Please go to my OnlyFans. I'm like, oh, god damn. Been hoodwinked again. Betrayed.
Fam, it's flipping like it's like the
They'll
Bitcoin
follow
of
me
like
and they'll be
flipping.
like, oh, who's this? And I see OnlyFans. I'm like, oh, whatever, man.
You gotta make the peace how you can, but it's ridiculous.
It's setting a crazy precedent, in my opinion. I think it could just get mad because the content on there is probably not regulated like that because that's why the money is there. It's the paywall essentially, and like it's not necessarily like bad, but it's like almost like a step into like escorting to some, not escorting, but it's like of sexual desire.
Yeah, it's
you're
not-
exchanging
You're a
something
porn star.
for money.
You're a porn
I don't want to
star.
say it, but it's like it's a step in that direction.
Listen,
and when
you're
you
a
see
porn star.
when you see regular girls do
You're
it,
doing
it
your
just
dad's wrong.
skews the market.
Listen, your dad went into your mum, yeah, gave seed from his loins. You are a porn star.
Man, then we got to come together and not give money
You are
away,
a porn
man.
star. I don't
I'm
care,
sorry.
man. You're a porn
Nah,
star.
nah, get the
if
bag.
you're on
Get
OnlyFans,
the
you're
bag.
in nudes.
If you're single right now, are you sliding the 999
I'm never doing it, but if
for Georgia Plus?
Nah, but forget it.
Are you really paying money for Georgia Plus,
I'm not
bro?
paying for
Georgia
nothing.
Smiths.
Spotify done,
I'm not
phone
paying-
bill
I'm
done,
not- I'm not-
Georgia Plus.
I'm not paying for nothing.
Yeah, we're not gonna pay for it because we're sensible. But if they get the bag, they get the bag. That's I'm not gonna hate.
If they get the bag, they get the bag. But now what? Now I have to go and take you out, and then someone says, "Oh, wow, no, we're
Wow.
Can you imagine you're out with your girl and she's like, oh, someone taps her like, hey, yo, can
Can
you
I have
update your nudes for next week? I need them ready. You know what I'm saying? I need them for the
Wow.
stash.
Could I have your autograph?
That's stress. That's stress.
Hey, yo, someone kill me on the
That's
spot,
stress, you
bro.
know. And then what if, like, you didn't know, and then now it gets to the point. Actually, well, there's obviously going to be a conversation, but you do know. But let's say she kept that as a secret, yeah. Let's say she kept that super strong. Now you're at wedding stage, and then someone uncle comes up to you and says, "Yo,
Is that your junk?
that's not."
Yeah, I've been. That's
What do
not
you mean
the
that's
one.
Like, I've
Just
invested
shows
all
you.
this time, all this money. That's not the one, bro. Listen, I've seen her naked. You see this picture?
Look
Yeah,
at my payslip.
Listen.
$9.99.
Look at my payslip. That meal you went on last week, I paid for it.
Oh my god.
See this
game
wedding,
is
yeah? You
fucked
see,
up.
you see that dress? Yeah, I paid for it. I just did
That was me.
That's mad.
48.
I actually, maybe because I wouldn't succumb to it, but I don't have an issue with it. I just feel like if they're gonna get the bag, that's how and they're gonna go about it that way. It's not my issue per se. It's
not my issue either.
Yeah,
It's something
it's-
I've observed of late.
it's
I'm
crazy
just
though
like,
because
this
it's
is mad,
it's
bro.
again it's like the internet breaking down another wall in the sense of you used to have to actually talk to these girls in order to even get that far to get those pictures which they're now giving out to the world, not for free, but they're
for
just
money. It's actually very smart. All things removed from it. It's actually a very smart business.
But
model.
do you know what my biggest thing is? I can't believe people are paying for this. I mean, in the history of mankind, people have paid for ridiculous things, so I guess I can't be that surprised. But it's insane that people are actually
That's what I'm
giving their
saying.
hard-earned money to this.
Man,
Like,
them, don't fall for it. Don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't
but
get the whole
look at
fashion
the
way.
girls,
but the
like,
thing is,
some
if
of
you
them
keep it,
ain't, there's
it's
nothing
£10.
special.
Like, if you deep it, it's £10. If you're saying it's £9.99 a month, it's £10.
That's
Like, to
crazy
them,
though.
It's nothing. If you're making the average 2k after tax a month, do I really care about £10?
Slide a £10 for Georgia Plus.
And then this is like your fantasy, like, oh yeah, this one's that's me. What I'm saying is,
Man, them do
if
better.
I'm now doing a thing with you and you are doing OnlyFans, one way or another, we're gonna depart.
Could you imagine you go on a date? You meet this. You go out on a night out. You meet this girl. She's nice. She's fine. Get a number. You're talking, texting bears on WhatsApp. Yeah, let's go on a date.
And then you're on a group chat. Man, them send OnlyFans.
Not even that, fam. You go on a date. It's even more bliss. Everything's sick. And then she's like, "Oh," you ask, "Oh, can I? What's your Instagram like? Where'd you go? Like, you go on holidays and shit." And you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I don't want to show you about Instagram." And you're thinking, why? So you do your CRB check. You go into the group with the man. Them like, "Yo, like, has anybody seen
And
this
they
chick?"
will check us. you know how Mark and Israel are. They'll just check.
And then all you see is receipts. $9.99.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, now I understand. Nah, it's one of them ones,
It's
man.
wild, bro.
I don't
The
know.
game is.
It's
You know what?
ruined.
Men are trash, man. Let me just.
Listen, certain people are trying to get the PS5, so home girls.
Me at my sugar mummy's house dancing for the PS5.
What you
No,
gotta
but the
do?
thing is,
Fucking it now.
it's difficult for me because, like, I have to deep it. Yeah, like, and both my parents are preachers. One's a bishop. It's like, if I bring that to the house and I tell her she's doing this, it's like, Emmanuel, where do you go from here now?
What's the conversation? Like, how
What-
can you even?
That's the sort of issue I'm on. It's like, where do I now go from here? Because the thing is, let's say we have a great date, everything is fine, and then now we get to that stage where that conversation happens, and the thing is, I want to move past it. Now I have to discuss.
You
my
can't
parents.
move past it.
You can't move
You
past
can't.
that.
But
So-
that's a stain and a half on a
But what the
relationship,
P's
man.
is serious. Would you co-produce?
Co-produce. Would you? Metro Boomin.
Hey, would I co-produce?
The people want some more.
Yeah, just Photoshop her face onto random people.
Should I
Colin's
They fuck up the game.
Should I wear the belly?
Collins Will,
Red the back in the back.
Yeah, but I just wear the belly in the back.
Collins Will made it.
I'm finished. Could you imagine, bro?
Yo, co-produced it.
Honestly, this OnlyFans shit's been racking my brain for the past week or so. I'm just like with all the endless possibilities of how crazy, like, because people do that. Like I've seen Donnie's, like you said, you click on a profile, it's them and the boyfriend and the girlfriend, and you click on the girl's profile and it's an OnlyFans. So this reality actually exists.
Yeah, it does. So like, yeah. But like right now we're in like the first stages of it.
It's
because
just gonna
before,
manifest.
It used to be okay.
Could just be the norm.
Like,
we just not.
What was it before? It was just
to
like in secondary school. Like we all we knew was
just like BBM and flipping.
If you're a slag, you're a slag. Like it's quite simple. Like no one would do a thing with you because you've been.
You got that.
up
Yeah, you
before.
got that reputation.
Yeah, you've got that reputation. So it's now like, okay, where do we go from here? You get what I'm saying? So
yeah, man, them can't make my OnlyFans.
Nah,
Surely not.
no, that's the way they're gonna go. I know it as well.
It's not gonna work.
It's
The price of dick is plummeting.
yeah.
Dropping like stock.
Nah,
stock
that
exchange,
it
bro.
won't work. No way. Oh god, that would be the end. For
The
real.
end of time.
But would you guys ever be like a male escort
No,
towards women?
nah, that's crazy.
I was
That
I was gonna say how much you're talking for jokes, but I couldn't bring myself to say it.
Is that right?
How much you talking?
100.
Nah.
Get it out of town.
And you're getting 20 customers a week.
Would you?
It's good mathematics, man.
And that's the name of the episode.
It's good maths.
No, listen, I want morning.
Yo,
I
that's
can't
quick
do that.
maths right there.
Quick maths. You do the maths.
I can't do that.
X3. Hey yo, sign me in. You know what I'm saying? Sign me in.
Boy, listen, that man ain't saying nothing.
I'm a morning Christian. I can't go on that route. But what I'm saying is, listen,
Yo.
Quick maths.
Yikes.
Yo.
The game is in shambles right now, boy.
it is, man.
Sometimes I look from the
They've ruined it for all of
I look
us.
from the outside looking in like, god damn, what is going on? Like,
Yo, that's wild.
but yeah.
Man said,
Good maths.
listen, like, if you can't hit.
Yo.
Everyone heard those numbers and was thinking in their head, low key.
Oh,
Damn.
Them shits is
You know,
like,
you know
what I'm
that
saying?
clip where the guy's adding it up in his head?
Like you're thinking, yo,
The one with Tyrese.
if I carry the two, yo, that's that's a good math right there.
For real. Hey, yo.
Because it's really interesting. Because the thing is, I know, I'm not gonna mention her name. Like she knows who she is, but basically she works for the council and she was doing like council housing. And one of the applications, like she's an escort,
Yikes.
and she,
On the side of being in the council.
no, like she's trying to apply for a council house, and basically she makes that kind of money.
Oh, it is.
so how's it? That's the problem will become from how's it accounted for, innit? Like, where does your
So
income
basically, her
sustain?
income, like they can't really give her a council house because she can definitely afford her house somewhere else. Like, but for people that can't afford it, they'll rather give it to them. So. In that
Yo,
sort
this-
of housing
this-
situation, it's like,
This crazy, man.
shout outs to
It's-
you,
yeah.
if you are watching. You
It's a whole rabbit hole of like crazy shit, bro.
I guess it's just, again, I think for me, it's the most. I was talking about this on Saturday, I think, how the internet and apps and iPhone and whatever has managed to create, again, block down the wall between human interaction in the sense that now it's just so simple for us to, how can I, like, you don't have to go to Blockbuster anymore to actually get your film. It's just right there on the internet for you. To order a cab, I don't have to call the cab company anymore and have the awkward interaction with the cab company. I can just Uber.
The middleman's just constantly getting cut out.
100%. And I think OnlyFans is another example of the middleman being cut out.
I just hope it doesn't become the norm. Is my
Hey, man, them aren't gonna have game going forward.
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
it's really making the game
The
mad.
graph, like, you know, when you'd graft and there would be,
Yeah.
there was an end game.
You feel satisfaction from actually moving to someone.
Yeah, that's
Now
gonna
it's
go.
like, are you gonna pay or not?
If you-
on the door. It's crazy.
And get and get things that, you know, I've seen, like, it's crazy that I can't remember, someone said we used to have to actually really graft to get pictures like this. Now they're all over Twitter. It's the norm.
Like, it's calm. Twitter's literally like not.
It's the wild west for real. But nah, I guess we'll see how things
How things develop.
I'm interested in how
cryptocurrency, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Boom that I know it, like Bitcoin, bro.
For real.
Escape it. It's craziness. But yeah, I think we should move on to something of more of more substance.
Hey, you're the
give the whole episode to OnlyFans.
God, if you're doing it, I see you.
You
Get the bag. Get the bag any way you can. As long as they say it's legal, keep doing it.
Get your peas up. I can't hate. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if they will all say it's not legal. That's an interesting.
There will be a discussion about it at some point.
I don't know. Yeah, continue getting your bag and doing what you have to do. Yeah. But I guess what's else has gone on?
We should discuss Caroline Flack.
I guess that's the biggest news to drop this week, really, and will probably be for the next few going forward. Obviously, both, I guess, fans would say of Love Island, the show she used to host. Sure. Crazy situation, but it's like they were talking about it briefly in the group chat yesterday, and it's a really interesting conversation to be had, because in terms of Love Island's development, what are you trying to tell me that for every 2 seasons one person dies at this point? So it's
a wilder conversation.
It's such a difficult conversation to have, because someone has died and you have to be sensitive of that, God bless the dead always. But at the end of the day, I just don't want people to forget that she did do something wrong. Like, what she did to her partner was terrible. We saw the pictures. I don't really know what the media actually said that was wrong. I mean, if there's something there, like, show me the articles. But the media just reported on what happened. Like, I don't know. And people are saying it's about trolling and stuff like that. Like,
even in, like, for example, the church today, like, the preacher was speaking about it. It was like, he was just talking about how, like, what's her name?
Caroline Flack.
Caroline Flack. Yeah, I know Flack, just not her first name. He said that she was hopeless. Like, and to be honest, when you're in a situation where you're hopeless and you don't know what to do, like, she may have got to the point where she might go to prison. Like, she may, and even within this investigation, she may have lost a lot of the sponsors, where now her money's dried up. Now she can't pay for certain things. Now solicitors are asking for money as well. So then now you're in a situation where you don't know what you're going to do. After 2 years of serving your sentence or whatever, like after 24 months, it's like you come back, you really can't get a job anywhere because you're the one who beat up your husband. So, I mean, it's not to disrespect her in any sort of way. It's just like she may have felt so hopeless that she felt like death.
This was the only way out. Yeah, I get that, and I do feel bad that that's the point she was pushed to. But, like, she's a product of her own downfall, and she did something wrong. I don't really know how else to say it. She did something wrong. And Mandem,
she did something wrong, and
this has happened to Mandem in the past.
Like she couldn't cope, and she felt hopeless, and she felt like this was one of the ways that she just had to get out of it, and she felt like death was the only way.
I think it's tough to say though, because I think we got to look at it with a bit of nuance, because I think the kind of argument from what I'm seeing, not my opinion, but from what I'd say is a counter argument to what you said, is the fact that I think people are saying women are more scrutinized in the press when they do something wrong, per se. I know men kind of are, but in this specific incident, the lights were on her. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she's lost her biggest job. Obviously, she's always in the press anyway, but now it's negative press. Obviously the whole situation with the boyfriend, people feel like the press could have done more to make her seem a bit less vilified.
But how?
It's hard, I know. It's
like
hard.
She's hit someone over the head with a lamp.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
And also, this is like public as well. So now you're having to deal with your ex-boyfriend coming at you.
He didn't. To be fair, I don't think he did much.
Cool.
Yeah, like they were told they can't contact each other. Like, he didn't add fuel to the fire.
All the legal actions and X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, but he was hit over the head. I mean,
Like,
he pressed charges, but as you would, he was hit over the head with a lamp. We saw the pictures.
Yeah,
that
he pressed
room
charges.
was.
And the thing is, he's probably going to come with like mighty force. Just because you did that, he's going to come with all the force that he possibly can. Yeah,
but I don't think he would. Like, I don't know. He's
because the thing
released
is,
a
I'm not following this. Like, I'm just making assumptions. But let's say that this is what's going on, right? So now she has to deal with that. She has to deal with also the media, like having to just scrutinize her. Because the thing is, if anything like this happens, everyone's gonna try and blame the man.
Yeah.
But this time it's not the man's fault; it's the woman's fault.
Yeah.
So then now there's a spin on this, and now more information is coming about, like how the woman has done this, X, Y, and Z, boom, boom, boom. So then now she's not even backed as a woman. Now she's on her own. And then also with like her sponsorships, her shows, her income is now being almost frozen.
Yeah.
So, and then now like her friends, they don't trust her, X, Y, and Z. Now like, because the thing is, you get
there's no doubt it's
friends,
shitty, but like I don't know. Like,
so then when all this piles up, when you're a guy, pretty much everyone would just have to say deal with it.
I get why her mental state was where it was, but it's like,
I'm not being sympathetic. I'm just
the issue is with the media, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The issue is with it's tricky to explain because obviously she did something wrong. No one's denying she didn't do anything wrong. It's just now she's dead. People are looking at it like, oh, like we're so sorry for her, blah blah blah. It's all fake tears. Do you know what I'm saying? From the media, because they were vilifying her for doing something wrong. In my opinion, the best way they should treat it is like the similar way like they treated Kobe's death. Barely anybody mentioned the case that he had from years ago. Obviously, this Caroline Flack thing's a lot more recent, so there's more reason to point fingers at it. But we have to treat it like it's a human being that's died, and less about the case. Because obviously, what she did was bad, no doubt. And you can say that it did lead to her doing what she done, but at the same time, it's like it shouldn't be the topic of discussion, in my opinion. As far as how the media are treating it, because they're all. But we're all voyeurs, isn't it?
I guess
at the end of the day,
I guess it's just a bit harder to ignore because it's so recent. You can't not factor it in. You can't not discuss it.
Has she had anything since losing her job? Has she not?
No, she hasn't. Roles? She doesn't. To be fair, people were saying she's in a bad place and she was struggling. So she hadn't really been doing any work. She had something scheduled for Channel 4, but that's also been cancelled. Obviously, because but it's
peak. It's peak, man. It's a story.
It is, but it's.
And in them situations, it's very hard to pick yourself up. It's very hard to pick yourself up, and especially if you know that it might end up with a sentence. Yeah, if you know that's going to end up with a sentence, it's going to be, for some people, it's very hard for you to pick yourself up. For example, some rappers, if they go bin, they know they're going to come back with a banger. 100%. Most of the time, they're going to come back stronger, better, more vision, more focus, more purposeful than they were when they went in.
Yeah.
So, but with this situation, it's like, you smacked up someone and you've been vilified. Where do you go from here now?
The real question, or a better question, I think, is how does Love Island play a part? Do we blame this on Love Island?
I don't think it's necessarily Love Island. This one isn't Love Island's fault. I think the two previous deaths, in Mike Valentines, and I want to say her name was Katie, I'm not 100% sure. But those two, I think that's more on them. But this one, no. She had to be fired for what she did. Makes complete sense that they went with that decision. I don't blame the show for this one. Maybe they could have given them more support. I don't know. That's something you might say in the sense of, I don't know, just mentally or helped her out. I don't know what they did behind the scenes. But I don't think it's necessarily Love Island's fault. But I think a discussion does need to be had about shows like Love Island because of this. Again, it goes back to what I said. For every 2 seasons, there's one death with Love Island.
Yeah.
So
and that's not black coincidence, man. If there's a trend, then obviously there's an issue somewhere there.
Correct.
But it's I think because we were talking about it before off mic about in the past when we've watched like Big Brother, Celebrity, whatever, there's not been deaths. I think the reason why is because the magnifying glass that is social media kind of makes every move you make a lot more.
It's regular people going. Yeah, it's regular people going into something they're not prepared for. I know, for example, with Muggy Mike, or I shouldn't say Muggy Mike, but that was what his alias was. With Mike, he went in and he got that name Muggy Mike, and that's what he became known as. And after that, apparently he's actually a really sweet guy, and it got to him that he had to keep playing this character of being.
It's not really him.
It's not him.
Yeah.
So I think that got him down. And then with this, I guess it's, you know, it's a case of she lost her job and she didn't know how to deal with it. And because she was the host of the biggest reality TV show in the UK, she didn't. Their eyes were on her.
So what can they do to like?
I think they need to
people
give them
through
better help
situations
when
like this?
they leave the villa. Like, listen, you're gonna go out and be one of the most famous people in the country. Like, I don't know how you can deal with that. You've gone from being virtually a no one who could walk down the street and no one would care to being someone who.
I don't think they have to.
I think no, they have a duty of care.
No, because
I agree.
the
There's an
thing
element
is-
of you know what you sign up for, but
Yeah.
nothing can prepare you for what they go into. Like, you come
because
out,
the thing is,
even for say
they're
someone.
not preparing stars. They're only getting you on the show.
No,
because
now
wanna
they
make
are
it
preparing
sing.
stars. They can't pretend that they're not. Everyone who's come out, you come out to 1 million Instagram followers. Like,
Yeah,
no.
but they're not preparing stars.
they are preparing stars.
They're not preparing stars.
Everyone knows that if you go on there, PLT is on your back.
But the thing is, they're not preparing you to be a star. They're
They're
not.
that's the whole. Now that's become. I'd say since season 3, that's become the essence of the show. People are going in with
It's
the
only
mindset
for,
of.
it's only for the viewers' entertainment. As soon as you go out and do what you want to do, they're not going to get a check from it. If they were to go in and get a check from it, then fair enough.
Nah,
That's when it
They
turns
get-
right.
I think they get a check from it because you see all these.
No,
like-
because they don't get a check from endorsement deals and X, Y, and Z.
But it
They
doesn't
don't-
matter either way. You
they don't get a
as a
percentage.
I'm sure they do.
If they get
when
a
you watch-
percentage, then yes, 100% they have to do something about it.
It's a system.
They have to check their mental well-being.
Yeah.
They'll have to be there. I'll have to have someone there telling them, alright, cool, let's do the PR stuff.
when you watch the show beforehand, all the adverts are the people who sponsor them when they leave. It's not bad design.
yeah.
It's one of them things where it's set up from the beginning.
Yeah, 100%. No, Love Island definitely has
But
a duty of care.
initially, that you're right. That's not what it was about.
No,
they
what-
just kind of did it for the
It
viewers.
just- I think it just
but
became
the
a-
peas was so.
Yeah, it became a bigger animal than I think they ever intended.
now they do have a
now
duty
they
of
have
care.
a definitely since season 3. I think they should do more, and they have to do more because that's crazy. You know, people are being thrust out into the world, and they're not.
Not
Like,
sure
for
how to
example,
deal with
like, you know, someone like Naz seems like a down to earth kind of guy who, you know, saying, he fumbled the bag or he made the wrong decision. Like, that shit could eat you up if you're not strong enough.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then you
Especially
come out and you're
everyone just
vilified, and
knows
it's
what-
not you. Like,
Yeah.
because again, it goes back to we only see 1 hour of 24, and a lot of that you don't have a say in how it's.
Narratives can
Yeah,
easily be painted.
100%.
Narratives can easily be painted. That's the problem with being celebrity, man. Because anything you do, anything bad you do, will become what you are.
Yeah. And
no
again,
one
do you
will
know
see
what?
any of the good shit you do.
Yeah, to be fair to Caroline, this could have just been a bad day. Like, you know, shit happened. They had an argument.
Yeah.
You know, it went left as it has. But, you know, a lot of people who are famous and also know her have come out and said, you know, she was a lovely person. So that's, again, it's one incident out of however many thousands
Everybody wanted to cancel her once they found out what she did to the Donny.
Mm.
And then, okay, I understand it, but like, that's why I was mentioning about cancelling cancel culture. Because I feel like at some point, yeah, we have to hold ourselves responsible for tearing down the people that are in the limelight and really think that not everything that they do is bad. Like, if we were really about cancel culture, 99.9% of the people we fuck with would not
Yeah,
be on our
100%.
radar. Do you know what I'm saying? Even ourselves, we all judge all these people for the small
We're
stuff
not
that
perfect ourselves, yeah.
I could look back at myself in the past 10 years of my life and be like, bro, I did some mad shit here. Like, where do we hold the mirror up to ourselves? I think cancel culture in general is a bit of a mad thing.
I think it's needed, but I think we have to make sure we've got the facts 100. It's you know, Johnny Depp's career is nearly done out here.
Bro,
but
remember I mentioned it in a few
Yeah.
pods ago that, you know, Amber Heard had done the madness.
yeah, and she
And now
made it.
everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, raw. Like,
And there was a
bro,
narrative. I mean, that's an extreme
But
example.
have you seen the 50 Cent Breakfast Club interview?
No, not
Pretty
yet.
much he said that I think it's the Breakfast Club. If it's not the Breakfast Club, I've watched both the Hot 97 and the Breakfast
This
Club.
is the most recent one.
I haven't watched
recent
anything.
one. He
That's
pretty
what
much
he
said that the justice system today that they have in the United States is not perfect, but it's far better than the what would I call it? What I call it, like the perception of social media today. Like, for example, if let's say a rumor gets out, yeah, and everyone believes that rumor, then that rumor is concrete. It's solid.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean if you come out and say no, that never happened, it doesn't matter. Everyone's been entertained.
Yeah, the core
Everyone's gonna
public
run with that
opinion is
lie.
crazy.
Exactly.
And
yeah,
as-
the
as-
opinion is
As
like
Charlemagne said, sometimes when the
It's
truth is
final.
better than the lie, or when the lie is better than the truth, we run with the lie. You know, it's crazy. I mean,
so anybody can be cancelled, but
I think we just have to
I
make
don't
sure
think people are willing to wait to hear information. They're just willing to hear.
they want it, yeah, and
the
then
story.
that's the decision made. Like,
Yeah.
I think we should double check. Like, if there's the facts are there, then get them out of here. For example, Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby.
When the evidence is overwhelming,
Yeah,
Yeah.
then do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's
but-
time to
But
go.
what's it to go to like cancel culture? For example, Gayle King. Yeah, you see Gayle King and Oprah Winfrey.
I didn't like that.
I didn't like it, but I have an understanding of why they did that and why they're doing this whole hate black men sort of vibe theme. Is because I think it's Oprah Winfrey, if I'm getting my information correct.
No, you're right. It's the right people.
Oprah Winfrey, she was molested and raped at a young child, at a young stage in her life, and pretty much she still carries those demons today. And I think majority of those individuals that touched her at a young age are black men. So I think her and Gayle King may have some form of similar experiences. I'm guessing. I don't know anything about Gayle King, but with Oprah, I know about that. So then when it comes to it, whenever it comes to like hating black men, I think their energy comes from when they were children and when this situation happened to them. So for example, when Gayle King asked a question about Kobe, I think she was asking the question about Kobe thinking about the person who had done things to her back in the day. So if you put it in that perspective, I understand why she would have done that, but still what she did
was
was wrong.
My thing with that one was there's just a time and place for things. I think maybe I saw a really good article on Kobe's situation on, you know, you can love someone despite some of the the bad things they've done or the questionable things they've done. I just don't feel where Gayle asked that question was the time or
It's
place.
the time, or place, and it's the person.
Yeah, like just like how was that lady supposed to respond or answer that? Like she was dumbfounded because it was like, well, this is not what I've come to discuss.
If it's the woman who went through it, she has every means to ask. It's a bit like I'm not sure if you guys saw the Slow Tie. Like his name's Slow Tie.
Oh yeah.
Incident. It's similar to that. What he did was trash. But when the woman herself spoke, she said, "I was fine." So, are we attaching ourselves to the cause, or are we attaching ourselves to what the actual person is going through?
Yeah.
It's similar thing with the Kobe thing. We got to look at things in nuance. What he did was trash. I'm not gonna lie. He was moving mad. But to vilify him and call him A, B, C, and D and say he's cancelled is a note of exaggeration. Especially if the woman herself said that she was fine with it. Or not fine with it, but she was like, she handled it and she was cool with him being the way he was. Like, she could handle that. If she came out and said that he sexually harassed me, it's curtains for you.
Yeah.
But we got to look at things with nuance, in my opinion. Because
I think we have
it takes a toll on people's mental health. Just like we've seen with Caroline Flack. Like, you come out one day, you look on social media and you're cancelled, you're gonna react a certain way. Like, some people
Especially
are
if
not
that's
strong
your
enough.
bread and butter.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
it's
why
just
I keep
difficult.
saying, are you really gonna go on
It's a
Love
fine
Island
line,
for
isn't
50K? Because the thing is, as soon as you go on Love Island for 50K and then you don't get the 50K, and then now you have all this massive following. Now you're doing this brand stuff. You're out there endorsing yourself. Well, not endorsing yourself, but you have
endorsing brands.
you,
Yeah.
and then you're now making the money X, Y, Z, and then all of a sudden something bad happens. Your money's cut off. Now, if you have the mindset to maneuver from yourself from point A to point B, try to get yourself out of it, and then make sure you're in a position where you're stuck. You're now making money, but you don't have to depend. You don't have to depend on X, Y, and Z. You don't have to depend on this, and that. And you're still winning. Then people are still gonna they're still gonna be around you. They're still gonna wanna they're still gonna be
Try to eat off you.
No, sorry, they're gonna want to be part of your journey.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But the thing is, when it comes to the social media stuff, if you get cancelled, them 1 million followers, that can go down to 250, and those 750, they can come and comment on every single day. They can DM you every single day. They can send you videos every single day saying, "Oh, you're trash, you're this, you're that, you're that." Like, we already know the situation about football. So if you're cancelled, bro, that's done. So that's why I keep saying, are you really gonna go on a show for 50k?
Yeah, no, I hear that.
So
it's an interesting
if
conversation.
they're gonna cancel Love Island, cancel it because.
I don't know. I guess maybe because I enjoy the show, but I wouldn't be surprised if they cancel it. I have shouts out to Nikki Diaries. I heard that they were having the bosses on Love Island.
Yeah,
they're having a meeting tonight to
see,
because they cancelled tonight's episode and they cancelled Unseen Bits yesterday. I think it'll be an easier decision for them to just be like, ban this season. Mostly because it's not been the most exciting season by any stretch of the imagination. I think it'd be a harder. I think they'd feel it more. They'd try and fight it more if it'd been last season, which was rather entertaining. But yeah, I mean, if they decide to cancel it, I'd understand and I'd go with it. Because again, a show that's got 3 deaths out of 6 seasons, that's crazy.
It's telling. There's something that needs to change.
There's either something that needs to change, or you just cancel
it. Because
you don't think it's going to get cancelled?
No, I think it's going to get cancelled due to the fact that there's 3 deaths. If there's 3 deaths, it's like, okay, what happens if we have?
I think
death?
this death might be too large to ignore for them. It's your former host
for sure, 100%.
Less than this season hasn't even finished. So that's nuts.
Yeah.
So yeah, that wouldn't be. I mean, it'll be the right. I think it'll be the right decision. And you don't. All this stuff is pointless, isn't it? Anyway, it's reality TV. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah. And I think Emmanuel was right. You're throwing people into a world they're not prepared for, and the show's clearly not giving them the mental health or the help that they need in order to
deal with the beast of social.
You have to mentally. You have to be ready for whatever's going to.
And I don't think people are.
I don't think these guys are ready. I think what these guys want straight away is money. Cool, it's understandable. Everyone wants money.
But I think going forward, I mean, it's hard to say. Oh yeah, this person's of sound mind. But I think they should do psychological. If they don't decide to cancel it, just some ideas I think they have to focus on is, for example, psychological evaluation before they go in. Psychological evaluation as soon as they come out. If they've been portrayed as a bit of a villain on the show, protect them. So maybe don't help them not immediately be thrust into the outside world. Like, give them some time. And then after that, I'd say, do your best to help them on the outside. All of them. Exactly. You're now going to be one of the most famous people in the UK. Are you prepared for that? And also saying, because I think a lot of them feel a duty to just go out and go do the club appearances, the pretty little things. If you don't want to, that's also fine.
You don't have to do
that. Exactly. You're making that an option as well.
Yeah.
So
I think those are some good countermeasures.
We just don't need to see it anymore, but we'll see what they decide to do going forward.
Rest in peace to Caroline Flack, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, always God bless the dead. Yeah. Just a crazy situation.
Yeah. Okay, shall we move on to something else?
Yeah.
Lighten the mood.
Lighten the mood for real.
It's the 5th year anniversary of one of our favourite projects.
Hey, yo, give the man the flowers. If you're watching this, it's too late.
If you're watching this, if you're reading this, it's too late. Where were you guys when it came out? What were you doing?
5 years.
I remember what I was doing. I had a night out in Kent, and came back home, waved, and there were murmurs that something was coming out.
Yeah.
And it was just on my laptop at midnight. Just came back, tried to listen to it, got to like the 8th song. I was enjoying it so much, but I just fell asleep. Knocked out. Next day, I had it on loop. It was just amazing album or mixtape, whatever you want to call it. But it really embodies a period of my life. So, and it was him at his peak.
I couldn't agree more. And it's the hottest run that I've ever seen an artist go on.
Sorry to cut you off.
I think. Do you know what? He was just on a good streak, because I also think Nothing Was the Same is also a phenomenal.
Whole period from 13 to 15 was just perfect. Him at his peak for me.
And do you know what? It's interesting because you often complain about him having too many songs on an album. But that album, if you're reading This Is Too Late, does have a number of songs. I think it's like 18. Which is a lot.
And this is where he was talking with his chest as well.
For real.
Vicious.
Like the first song, when I pull up on a nigga, tell that nigga
back.
Like,
yeah.
And then you hear the sample in the background.
Too many songs, man.
Like that start, it was just amazing. It was just.
I think even for me, it's just like I love an album where not necessarily the singles are my favorite. Like, you know, Know Yourself is a huge song,
Of course.
but like moments for me are like Star 67,
Star 67,
Madonna, the greatest Can You Come Out song,
6 Man as well. That grew on me. I didn't like it at first, but he's got bars in that song, bro.
for real.
He's just an amazing project.
Especially when he dissed Tiger as well.
Yeah,
He
act
he
your
dissed
age, not your
Tiger-
girl's age.
Sorry, he dissed Tiger and Kendrick on the same track. And it was like, the thing is, I just got the Kendrick bar a few days ago. I'm not gonna lie.
6 p.m. New York.
6 p.m. in New York.
I think so, yeah.
When Drake's got a time and the state, you already know it's going
You know
off,
what time
man.
it is.
You literally
know what time it is.
He's
Yeah.
getting into it.
First, what is it, 6-7 songs? Maybe even more than that.
It's
Like, at the beginning.
I've not
it's
seen
just-
a run. You know, thank
Can't
God bless Jay Huss, but I hadn't seen a run on an album like that since. If you're reading this, is too late. That's also, you know, a little sidetrack. But that was why I was so impressed with Big Conspiracy. But yeah, that run is insane. Like you can't turn it off. You can't ignore it. It's a phenomenal. It is him at his best. You know, I think it's why we keep listening. For me, it's
There's
why
a
I
reason
keep.
why people like it as much as
Yeah,
they do.
it's the reason I keep listening to Drake albums, just in the hope that I get a snippet of that, like just a
Yeah.
little something.
Just a
Probably
smidge.
never will. It's the same way, you know, with The Weeknd. You're just hoping something reminds you of Trilogy. It's not
Yeah.
going to happen.
There's always remnants of it here and there, but it's never going to be the full.
It's not that. It's a time and place. If you're reading this is too late, it's very much a time and place album. Like it's just you remember where you were, couldn't turn it off. The singles have stayed with me for life, and they still slap. Like
Wireless 15.
memories, man.
Bad.
I was supposed to be there. Because the thing is, I was literally working 3 minutes just to walk.
Mate.
And the thing is, I stepped out. I was thinking, why are Mandem out here? Like, what's
Mate.
going on? And then,
Phenomenal day, man.
Madness.
and then quite literally, Omar sent me a message when I was going home. It's like, yo, everyone just bust through the gates for wireless. I'm like, oh.
100,000 people.
If I
They
was
weren't
there,
playing
I was doing
games.
it, but,
That it. I don't know. I've not been to every Drake performance, but I think that's got to be in his top 3
100%. When
Yeah.
Know Yourself rang off, it was it was a legendary moment for him.
for real.
So,
You could.
shouts to him, man.
That's a man on top of his game, and you can feel that. I don't know if he'll ever be able to capture that again. He's still giving us great singles since then. So, but
you know,
yeah.
we give the flowers while they're around. You know.
Yeah.
And that mixtape.
I don't think so because
album
Drake was amazing, but I think after Nothing Was the Same, I think he was at the top. And then with If You're Reading This Is Too Late, it was just another one.
yeah,
So then I don't think Drake. Yes, of course Drake is in the upper echelon, but I don't think he will ever be like at his peak like he was.
yeah. No, there's no.
I agree
Yeah.
for sure.
I-
He has too many hands in too many different pots, and he has too many people to please. So he's always going to give you an album.
He said that on-
too many different
yeah.
pots, which is annoying, but it is what it is, isn't it? It's
I
the game.
think, you know, I think I would love to hear him just rap, but we're not gonna get that. I mean, so much so that Scorpion was a double-sided tape. You know, one side being more R&B orientated and the other being rap orientated.
Yeah.
So it was. It's a moment in time.
What's your
Like,
favorite song from it? You have to pick one.
oh, Star 67, without a doubt.
So hard to pick.
Like,
I love that song though. I really do. It grew on me it stayed with me the most.
it's a memorable time. It's got
can't
3
pick.
parts.
Madonna.
That's also one of my favorites on there as
Yeah,
well.
Madonna.
I
is
really
just-
can't pick. If you guys have picked them two, I'll pick a different one. I'll pick No Telling.
Oh, that's also a great choice, man.
Yeah.
And not. Oh.
The
That's
switch up.
real.
Yeah.
The switch up is just
How
unreal.
does
That
Trisha
sounds
Flow
special.
She was getting too predictable.
He told you. So many good songs in there, man.
Nah, what he did when he got the Ross, just it's little things like that made that
When
album.
he had that, oh my gosh! It's when I heard that first time I was like, "That's energy right there."
I'll be the biggest boss since Rick Ross, and then he put the
Yeah. Besides Ricky Ross, I'll be the biggest
boss here. Huh? Perfect, man. Nah, he was in a different kind of bag, man. You can't
Good times, man. Good times.
for real. And so many great singles from it. I think it's just a little segment there that just has to. I mean, there's not much else I can say because it's not a divisive album.
I remember Abia singing on Snapchat. That's when Snapchat was popping. yeah. No, I remember.
Abia's on Snapchat 2015 times. He was enjoying, man. Listen, Abia's first year of uni. What a Snapchat.
In his bag.
For real.
I remember that, man.
But yeah, I just wanted to, because it's not divisive, so it's not something that we can really delve into. It's perfect. It's as close to perfection as Drake has gotten. So I just think you have to give credit. Special album. And then he followed that up. I know how you guys feel about it, but followed it up with What a Time to Be Alive. He gave me that three-peat, man. Nothing was the same. If you're reading this, it's too late. And then What a Time to Be Alive. And then it all came crashing down with views.
Did you guys have streaming at that time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had Spotify.
Yeah, that's why I didn't really listen to
What Time?
What Time? I didn't listen to it. I didn't download it.
But even still, like, I mean, on the topic of Drake, I think I do look at views a bit differently now.
It's not as bad as before it was.
I agree. I think,
but it just wasn't up to par.
Yeah, I mean, after what he'd given us on, like, it's just not going to be on the same.
For sure.
But no, I appreciate it. Great album. Listen,
to you.
He be having some crazy. What's it? I want to say. The word begins with an S. It's a song in the back. You know when you've got samples? How can I forget the word? Yeah, and Drake be having some great samples, man. For real. But yeah.
What else do you guys want to delve into? Is that it, or do you want to?
No, keep going. Just our battery, but don't worry.
Calm. Is there anything else?
Not really.
I think we covered it all. Yeah,
I'd say so.
Happy with those. Just
it's been a good discussion.
Yeah, for real.
It's been a good pod.
For real. Yeah, as always, it's the same. More guests, more life. So
thanks for the support.
Excellence.
Visuals. You know what I'm saying?
Excellence.
Playlists every Friday. Keep following that. Appreciate everyone following.
And more excellence.
You already know.
Music and that.